last time we looked at the AWS EC2, right? In continuing the concept of EC2, there are a few more things we need to understand, especially the network or the what is the instance storage we need to select. EC2 is a very important topic, so we will see those things in detail. First thing is to start with what is a private versus public IP. Okay. And also, while I do that, if you like to follow and bring in, go and log into your AWS instance. I'll also do. I'm going to do that in the other screen. All right. Okay. Now, there are two types of IPs. One is a private IP, the other one is a public IP. So, what does it differs? All right. Sorry. Right. So, private and public IP, right? Any IP, so for example, VPC is like this, right? In the cloud, you have your isolated network. What we call this is a VPC, Virtual Private Cloud. So inside to that, if you have machines here, each of the machines will have something called private IP and public IP. So you have machines which are internally communicating within the VPC, right? Private SP is more than enough, right? So if within the VPC, using the private IPs, the resources will identify each other and can communicate. But in case if I'm outside there in the internet, right? If I want to access this particular machine, if I give a private IP, I will not be able to reach. So what you need is a public IP here. Okay. So that's why you need a public IP to transfer through the internet traffic and identify particular website or web server or any AWS resources which are hosted inside. Okay. So to start with, there are two types of IPs. One is IPv4 or IP version 6. Okay. IPv4 is in this format. Normally, that is what now people are using majority, and IP version 6 contains double of it, right? You can host more number of IP addresses, and this is alphanumeric. But IP4 is a numeric. So far until today, IP4 is most common format used online, right? And IP version 6 is newer and it resolves the problems for IoT devices because there is n number of IoT devices coming in and many of the IoT devices using IP version 6. Okay, so IP4 allows 3.7 billion different IP addresses. How it is? This is right. This is like a 2 by 8. Each of it is like a 2 by 8, which is like each digits can be varied from 0 to 256. I mean, it can contain 256, but normally it contains 0 to 255. That means the combinations are around 3.7 billion. Okay, so there is something called CIDR. Right? CIDR is a notation used to specify the network addresses. We'll come back and discuss about CIDR a little later. But yes, IP version 4 currently allows you 3.7 billion different IP addresses. And the private IP addresses, what we create inside the VPC, can be used by somebody else in some other VPC also. They are internal to your virtual private cloud and they are not unique, wherein your public IP addresses, what you get, are unique across the globe. So let's take this example. So we have an example given here. So we have a web server which have a public IP starts with 79 and ends with 75. Okay. So we have another server which is also having a public IP address, right? Then we have a private network. Company got a private network. So this is nothing but your CIDR notation, which talks about what are the range of IPs within the network. Okay. Similarly, company B also have a private network. Okay. So here, if you take from the World Wide Web, this is internet, right? Which I call it. From there, if you are accessing anything to the server, you can directly reach it using your public IP. But if you have a private IP, you will not be able to reach like that. What you'll do is your internet gateway, right? IGW. So all VPC will have an internet gateway, right? So in the internet gateway, we have a public address. So you have to reach through the internet gateway. Using that only, you'll be able to access your company addresses, the private IPs. Okay, we also have used something called NAT, Network Address Translation. So the NAT is used when a private IP machine tries to communicate with internet. So whenever we have two in EVPs, also we have something called public subnet and private subnet, right? Public subnet and private subnets. These subnets are created based on whether the subnet have an internet gateway or not. Any subnet, any VPC. So when I say subnet, it's a part of VPC, right? If the subnet have an internet gateway attached to it, we call them as public subnet. If we don't have internet gateway attached to it, we call that as private subnet. Okay, just few terminologies that what we use. We'll come back and discuss more about the private and public subnets. Okay. Let's understand some fundamental differences. I try to explain the same thing, then let's see what they listed. Okay, so public IPs can be identified on the internet. Means that anyone with the World Wide Web, they'll be able to understand, they'll be able to resolve it. How do they do it? See, example, if I open a command prompt, then it will say ping google.com, right? When I say ping google.com, it actually goes and fetches an public IP. Look at this one. This is a public IP. From there, I'm able to fetch that Google server, right? The public IP is accessible to anyone in the internet. Okay. So again, that also makes a challenge. Any public IP you need to do should be unique across the internet. Okay. Any public IP should be unique across the internet. Why? Because if I'm trying to reach a particular IP, it should be unique. If you have a conflict, they will not know where to route that request. Okay. And these IPs also easily geolocatable. I mean, which geography the IPs are present, you'll be able to understand and identify the location of it. Let's talk about in terms of a private IP. Private IPs are internal to the local private network. They are identifiable only within the network. If you try to use the same IP outside it, it will not know which machine it is, right? So this IP should be unique within your private network. In here, we will call as a VPC. Okay, here. So if a company have a VPC A and VPC B, and A and B can have the same IPs. You have an IP, the same IP can be present here, but remember when you join these two using something called VPC peering. Okay, VPC peering is a service which allows to connect two independent isolated cloud networks, right? When you do that, then it'll become a problem. Why? Because VPC also have the same private IP. VPC-B also have the same private IP, right? As long as you're not having this VPC peering, it's not connected to each other, then and VPC can have the same IP like others. So it is internal within the VPC, the IP should be unique. So the same IP can be present in VPC-B as well, as long as you are not connecting these two networks using VPC peering. Is that clear? All right. So these machines which are having the private IPs, right, which are not having a private IP, right, what it will do is they will connect to something called NAT instance, network address translation, right? But people, the machines outside cannot connect to that with the private IP. But these private IPs, the machines can actually connect to internet to download a package, software package, right? But they use something called network address translation and use the internet gateway proxy to connect. Okay, but there is a limitation. A specified ranges only can be used as a private IP. Not all the ranges can be used. We'll discuss about that in the CEDA notation. Any questions on this here so far? Please put it in the chat window or unmute and speak to me if you have a question. Right? So what we talked about, the basic difference between public and private IP. The one thing you have to remember is if this IPs are repeated in VPC and B, then the VPC peering will have problems. So if you want to enable a VPC peering between two different VPCs, ensure the IP ranges, right? IP ranges are different in both places. Don't use the same range, same IP addresses. Okay. So you also know whenever we are requesting for an IP, the IP address will be dynamic in AWS. So when you restart the machine, like EC2 instance, the IP will change. The next time when it restarts, the IP will have a different address. So to overcome that, so AWS introduces a service called Elastic IPs. Okay, let's talk about Elastic IPs a little more. Right. It says when you stop and restart an EC2 instance, it changes its public IPs, which are dynamic more, right? So you'll not get the same IPs every time. So if there is a need that you need to have a fixed public IP for your instance, you need to go and allocate an elastic IP. What is elastic IP? Is otherwise called as static IP. Elastic IP is a static IP. Right? So Elastic IP is also a public IP version 4 IP that you own as long as you don't delete it. So that means that as long as you are not releasing it, it will be with you. And one IP can be attached to one instance always, right? One IP can be attached to only one instance. Okay. And also there is a limitation, a soft limitation in AWS. You can have only 5 Elastic IPs per account. Right? I always talk about in AWS, we have something like a soft limits. We have some hard limits. Some soft limits are something like this, where you can have only 5 static IPs. If you need more, you can go and request AWS support. Go and ask the support to give you more static IPs. You can do that. But hard limit is something that you cannot exceed that at any cost. It will not work. Okay. Let's talk about quick getaways, Elastic IP is nothing but a static IP you can purchase, and you can assign that into an instance, and you can have maximum 5 per account. Okay. So regarding using your static IPs, right? So the basic recommendation from the architectural side is that avoid using elastic IPs, but I have seen many people are in need of elastic IP, but they needed a non-changing IP address. Okay, but still, if you are using a root 53, normally you can use a random public IP and register DNS domain name to it. Okay. We can also use a load balancer and do not use an public IP. There are some options which are alternative to Elastic IP. It's not a recommended approach, but there are certain times that you might want to use that.